Hello everyone and welcome to another review. Today we have a review from the House of Burberry. It is none other than Burberry Brit. Now this review is going to be a little bit of an anomaly just because I'm still not finished unpacking. The place isn't as set up as I want it to be yet, and I still plan on doing my reviews just slightly different and in a set off space. So yes, think of this one like an anomaly. So yes, here's the bottle. It comes in this bottle that kind of has the same shape of like Burberry London and some others, but the difference is this kind of has this plaid black and white type of bottle. This is a 1.7. It's available in two main sizes, the 50 milliliter and the 100 milliliter. The 50 milliliter, if you pay retail, is going to run you about $57, and the 100 milliliter is going to run you around $73. Now, since this fragrance has been out since 2004, you can purchase it much cheaper than those prices are actually listed. So take a look at some other fragrance sites that are out there. I may have one or two that are actually mentioned in the links below if you're interested in this scent. Now, the parfumé of this fragrance is Antoine Macy, and he created a bunch of other scents, kind of like he created the whole Armani Code line, whether it's Code Black, Ultimate, the Armani Codes. He created Burberry London, the Etat Libre line, Etat Libre d'Orange line, and some others. So he has had a lot of success in creating fragrances. But this one's going to focus on Burberry Brit. Now, let's get into the notes real quick. For the top, we have green mandarin, ginger, bergamot, and cardamom. For our mid, we have wild roses, cedarwood, and nutmeg. And for our base, we have oriental woods, gray musk, and tonka bean. So, the smell that you get immediately when you spray this that just reminds me is this powdery, baby powderish type of a scent. Now, it isn't exactly baby powder, but it's very similar in the powdery type of vein. You get almost a very spicy baby powder type of scent. It's very inoffensive. It's not something... Baby powder isn't the type of scent that most people hate, or I don't even know anyone who does hate the smell of baby powder. So it's tolerable enough for anyone who actually comes around it. You do get a little bit of citrus off the top, but that citrus to me doesn't really last long, and it kind of leaves. Sorry, a little cold here. And it kind of leaves after a little bit of a while. This fragrance does not stand out at all. It is very... Some people have commented that it smells kind of generic, and I kind of feel the same way. It has this generic type of scent, not a cheap type of scent, but just a generic type of scent, meaning an everyday kind of smell type of a scent. Now, the spices that you're going to get from this are from the cardamom, but it kind of lingers and it dries down. You can get a little bit of a little musky type of a scent that's going to come from this scent. But overall than that, you kind of get this slight, not really feminine tone, but this slight soft tone. And that's the other thing to note. Even though it's powdery, it's not really feminine. At least I didn't find it was too feminine. So for sprays, for this, I go for anywhere between 2 and 4 sprays. You don't really have to go too heavy on this. The one thing that I probably should mention is this is a really nice fragrance that you can wear for work. It's something that does well work, casual type of scent, especially if you're not really intent on either standing out or making an impression, but you just want to smell good and you kind of want to sit in the background. This is the type of scent that you really should be focusing on. Sorry for the camera things again. I haven't gotten this completely set up, so not all the videos will have these little technical difficulties. All right. For season, fall and winter, the reason why I say fall and winter for this scent is simply because of the fact that in the spring and the summer, it can get a little bit cloying depending on when you spray it and depending on where you spray it. It has that effect where just a little bit can overpower people and overpower their scents. It does have that power. But I find that in the winter, you can really wear this to the effect that it won't have that same punch. It won't have that same power to it. And therefore, you can regulate the performance a lot better than you can in the spring or summer. So that's pretty much why I wear this only in the fall and the winter. So here's what some other people...
Strong. It's a little bit citrusy. I find that it reminds me a little bit of, I think, Obsession for men, which is not my favorite. As it settles, it's a little bit softer. It's not my favorite. Yeah, it's a little tangy.
What would you get a letter rating?
And you said A+ to whatever?
F.
I think I'd give it like a B. Yeah.
Alright, so this is Burberry Brit. I would give this an A-. I actually have this fragrance, one of my favorites. It's smooth, you could wear it for work, or you could also wear it out like on a date. From what I remember when I wear it, it doesn't project too much, so it's not very, offensive to others, but very good fragrance and real good quality.
So this fragrance is actually it's pretty appealing. It's not too strong, but it's not too light. I wouldn't say that I hate it. I wouldn't say that I love it either. But I would give it a grade of maybe a B or a C.
So as you can see, the comments were smooth, doesn't project too hard, good for work, good for a date, strong, citrusy, reminds me of Obsession, softer, a little bit of a plain type of a fragrance. So, but the ratings for the fragrance that they gave it were, A and B's across the board, one with a possible C, I believe was from Crystal. And that kind of is the impression that you're going to get from this scent. Even if you are not crazy about the scent, you don't really hate the scent. And that is the key thing to take away from it. It's a very nice, generic type of a scent that you can get away with and wear when you don't really want to offend people. So, for ratings, again, these ratings actually are going to be out of 10. So 1 to 10, 10 being the best, 1 being the worst. I decided to change it up a little bit just because some people said it would be easier to be out of 10 rather than 5. So here we go. So for scent, I'm going to go ahead and give this one a 6 out of 10. The reason I'm giving it a 6 out of 10, it's not my favorite type of scent, again, but I don't hate it. Doesn't really stand out. There are a plethora of other fragrances, though, that I would rather wear both designer and niche type of side. It just doesn't stand out enough to me to really warrant. But in the event that, again, I just want to smell good and I don't want to be really noticed or anything like that, that's when I pop on Burberry Brit. For performance, I'm going to give this one a 6 out of 10 for performance. Performance is a little bit of a hashtag on this one. Now, it doesn't really project that far. It doesn't really have huge staying power. Expect about 5-6 hours out of this one tops. At least that's what I got on my skin. And it doesn't really leave a huge sillage trail. Unless you're applying this in the summer or something around that where it really amps up its power. But even then, it still suffers from performance issues. And for that, it's not completely bad, but it's not great either. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. For uniqueness, I'm also going to give this one a 6 out of 10. It has that baby powderish vibe going on. There are a couple other fragrances that do have that same baby powderish vibe going on too as well. It does it in a slightly different way, but it still has that overall vibe and theme. So you can find other fragrances that do smell similar to this. So 6 out of 10. For versatility, I'm going to go ahead and give this one a 5 out of 10. And I'm giving it a 5 out of 10, even though, yes, you can wear it to work, yes, you can wear it to a casual scent, because of the fact that, heat really does change the composition of this fragrance to the point where you have to be careful when wearing it on it. Plus for the fact that I'm still not crazy about or gaga about wearing it to other types of occasions outside of work and outside of casual. I know Kaya said you'd see this wearing this on a date, but really, to me, not at all. I would much rather wear something that gives a little bit more of a statement for this one. So, yes, versatility 5 out of 10. For compliments, I'm going to go ahead and give this one a 6 out of 10 for compliments. The reason why it doesn't get bad marks, doesn't get too great marks, simply because most of the time they're really not going to notice you. And in fact, with this, I actually didn't get any compliments on this at all. It's only when I asked people how they thought that it was actually going to, or how they thought that it smelled, was when, hey, that smells pretty good, but they didn't really notice it on me. And that really is the story of this fragrance. It's not really going to be heavily noticed on you. And for overall, I'm going to go ahead and give this one a 6 out of 10. It is a decent fragrance. If you're looking for something to add to your collection that you can wear to work, that's a little bit understated, that won't really bug anyone, definitely go for this. It's not a compliment monster, so if you're looking for huge compliments, don't look in this direction. But for its price, it is a decent average cologne that I think you can get away with most of the time. So if you have any questions whatsoever, please feel free. Leave a message, comment, send me a message, let me know. Do whatever you gotta do. Take care of yourselves. Have a great day. And God bless.